Before I was diagnosed with aplastic anemia, I was a very energetic person. 5, 6, 7, 8, go. I was like in every sport. Okay, I was in tennis, I was in swimming, I was in cheerleading, gymnastics, dance, and like I was in a lot of clubs, and I just love running around. But I started noticing I got sick when I was in my gymnastic class. I was just doing the things I love to do, flipping around, and one day I was like, why am I so tired, you know? I was very scared when the doctor told me that the process of going through the transplant was going to be pretty difficult, because in order for my transplant to work, I will have to get even more sick and to get better, because they'll have to, you know, kill my whole entire immune system, and it's like a recharge, or you restart the whole thing over again, and I will have to go through chemotherapy. So I was very scared because I love my hair. I was very depressed, and I was like, you know, is there any way that I cannot go through chemo? It's like, no. I'm like, fine, because hair will always grow, you know, and so I was like, okay, fine, you know, I mean, my hair will grow, it won't be bald forever, you know. It was depressing, and it was a really, really hard time for me, because I had my dad too, so it's like, you know, Mom, you don't have to come visit me, because I think it's more important to visit Dad than it's to visit me, because he has cancer. I can't let anything put me down, not even me being sick or if my dad was to pass away, because I have to stay strong. I was always in the hospital, when my whole the process of everything happening, I had to be isolated for a good 2-3 months. Nobody could come visit me if they were sick. I mean, first it was like, okay, I can take this because I'm strong, I can take this. But as days turns into weeks, into months, it dragged, and then I came to a point where I was depressed.
It's definitely okay to feel scared, depressed. Everybody does. We expect patients to feel that way, and we need to get the right team around them to support them through the whole process.
My advice for others who have brothers and sisters going through this would be to just constantly be there for one another, because it's not easy. It's really hard. I mean, it takes a lot of patience and a lot of strength and courage to stand up and, you know, accept the changes that are happening, and to continue to just be there for one another, regardless of how much tension is going around or how much, you know, sadness or grief there is. As long as, you know, you're able to be there for one another, then that's all that really matters, to be able to pull through.
I think what made me just kind of came out of the dark was that I had my church, and they prayed for me. You know, I just have to get up and be a trooper, be a soldier, you know, and just, you know, fight it, and just know that, you know, life is still worth living for, you know, because I still had my siblings and friends and relatives and everything. I have to stay strong even for myself, to know that, you know, I have to inspire other people that, you know, they have to be strong too, because, you know, hey, we only live once. After the transplant, I was still recovering. I still had a page full of medicine. I came home. They still had I still had my line, so then they would have to do you know, it was just, they had to do IV, but then it was home, so it would be home infusion stuff, so I can do it myself. So they taught my mom and myself how to do it, how to put it, to connect it, and so it was very easy. And so I still had a lot of meds to take and a lot of stuff, but then I'd rather be home in my own bed than in the hospital, you know.
Once you come home, it's very important to just follow, you know, the procedure and all those medicine that doctors just, you know. So I do the best I can to just, you know, help her out.
Following the rules are very important. I could not go out to the movies, no shopping, no nothing, sit home. If you want to go eat, mom has to go and get it for you. You know, you can't go out and do anything. It's very important because if you were to spike a cold or fever or anything, then snap a finger, you go back to the hospital.
Everyone has a different course after transplant. Some people, the majority of people are readmitted for an issue. Some people are readmitted on and off, and you'll notice some people are readmitted once. It seems like a setback, but then they get better and they're home. Other people are constantly being readmitted and have many issues, and it can be unbelievably discouraging. But you will get better. And try not to compare yourself with the next person. The ability to have children is an issue after transplant. It's important you discuss it with your doctor to find out what your chances are. But there are some options.
My doctors told me that if I have the transplants, the bone marrow transplants, I can like not have any kids or anything. And when he told me that, I was like, oh my gosh, my life just flashed before my eyes. No kids, no! But I would adopt. I would adopt like 12 kids. But other than that, I was very upset because I told my mom that, and she even knows that I'm that kind of person to just, I love kids. I love to dance. I've been dancing since I was really little, and it's been a big part of my life, and it's just like that's my passion, dancing. I've done like jazz to like, I love hip hop. Oh, I'm a pop, and I've done ballet, I've done tap. I've took classes for salsa and tango and all that. I love new types of dancing. I know my traditional dance, and other than that, I've been modeling for like a couple of years now, ever since I was 16. And now after the transplant, my modeling career is getting back in track, and now everything is just getting better. If I don't end up having my other career, I would like to be a nurse. I would like to help people, or work with kids, you know, because I would really want that. But other than that, I don't want anything to stop me. Life after transplant is a journey. It is a journey that if anyone goes through it, will have their ups and downs, and I think that life after transplant is just, you come out as a person that you never thought you could ever be, which is great. Yeah.
I think she's got a lot coming on her way. I mean, now since she's made it through, she has like lots of opportunities headed for her. I mean, I can just see her being able to be what she ever wants to be, a dancer, a cheerleader, or a star, or just someone, you know, who's really outgoing out there, as well as helping others and just being the spirit in people's lives.